So we were discussing about the concept of power set yesterday, right? So today we will start the concept of operation on sets. So different operations that are performed that we can perform on sets. So what are the operations we can perform on the sets? Yesterday I told you, right? One is union of sets. Then you have intersection of sets. Then you can find the difference of sets. Okay. So what do you mean by that? So let's try to understand what it is. So when you have numbers, like, see, I'll just read it out so that you will understand better. So in the earlier classes, we know that we have learned to perform the operation of addition, subtraction, multiplication, division on numbers, right? So each one of these operations were performed on pair of numbers to get another number. So this is the whole concept. For example, if you perform the operation between pair 5 and 13, when you add 18, all those things you know. Here, we will do certain set of operations, not on numbers, whether we will perform it between two sets. So sets are nothing but collection of data. Collection of similar data is what we are going to do, right? So when we do this kind of operation between two sets, that will give rise to a new set. So that's what the point is given here. Observe it. So there are some operations which, when performed on two sets, give rise to another set, right? So one of such operations is union of sets. So what do you mean by union? With the hope that you people would have learned in school. So what is union?
Togetherness.
Togetherness, right? So there are basically, if you talk about the logical operations that are performed, so there are operations, something called as logical. You would have learned in your computer science. Okay. So one of the logical operations that we can perform between two sets is AND operation, and the other one is OR operation. And OR. Okay. So when I use the word union, it is like OR operation. It means, what is the meaning is, if at all you have two sets A and B in your hand, okay. If I ask you what is the union of set A and set B, what you do is you combine all the elements and write it as a new set. Okay. And the symbol used for union is a U like this. So how you read it is A union B. Right. So union means combining everything together, and you read it as A union B. Okay. If suppose I have a set A which contains the elements 2, 4, 6, and 8, and set B contains 6, 8, 10, and 12. If I ask you to find the A union B, what will you do? So you need to combine all the elements and make sure you write them only once. For example, 2 is there, 4 is there, 6 is there, 8 is there. I wrote off this set. So what is happening? The other set 6 and 8 is getting repeated, but you don't write it 2 times, right? So you write the 10 and 12. So A has how many elements? 4. B has how many elements? 4. When you combine and write them, keeping the repetition aside, you got how many elements? 6 elements. It's just an observation. You don't have any formula. Okay, you don't have any formula to directly calculate the number of elements that will be present. Okay. Next. What about the next one? Example 13. If I have A, E, I, O, U, then I have another set which is A, I, U. Show that A union B is equal to A. So what is going to be the value of A union B here?
A, E, I, O, U.
That's it. Just A, E, I, O, U. Now, to raise different types of questions, can I say, if I put a question like this, it's just, no. If I put a question like this, is B a subset of A? What will you say?
Yes, it is a subset.
Yes, it is a subset. So when you do a union operation between a set and its subset, what are you getting? You are getting the complete set. You're able to understand? I'm repeating the point. This is the set and this is the subset. If you do the union operation between the set and the subset, what do you get? You get the complete set. Okay. The complete set is what is technically called as the universal set. I told you what is universal set yesterday. Right? Next. Example 14. Let X is equal to Ram, Geeta and Akbar be the set of students of class 11 who are in school hockey team. Let Y be a set, Geeta, David and Ashok be the set of students from the class 11 who are in the school football team. Find X union Y and interpret the set. So what is going to be the value of X union Y? So that will be
Geeta, Akbar and David Ashok.
That's Ram, Geeta, Akbar, David and Ashok. Right? So there's going to be the value of X union Y. And they're asking us to interpret the set. What do you mean by interpret? So how you say is, this is a set of students who are either from hockey team or football team. So union means what should I use? You should use the word or. Are you guys able to understand?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So thus we can define the union of two sets as follows. So how you define it is, the union of two sets A and B is a set which contains all those elements which are either in A or in B, including those which are in both. Okay. Then how do you write it? A union B is equal to X such that X is an element which belongs to A or which belongs to B also. Are you guys able to understand? Now I will introduce what is called as a Venn diagram. So what do you mean by Venn diagram? Anybody who can tell me?
Venn diagrams are representation of sets.
A diagrammatic representation of sets, as simple as that, right? So for Venn diagram to be drawn, what are the two shapes that we will take into consideration? So generally Venn diagrams are drawn with the
Rectangle and a circle.
rectangles and the circle. Rectangle is used for which set?
Universal set.
Yes. So rectangles are used for universal set and its subset. The subset of all the universal set are taken to be in terms of circles. Okay. If suppose, let me take the example what they have given in the textbook. If I say the universal set A contains the first 10 natural numbers. So it is going to be 1, 2, 3, so on till 10. Okay. Oh, sorry. I'm saying universal set. I will say set U is like this. I'm defining a set A which contains the first, which contains only the first 5 even natural numbers. 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now, how do I represent this in the Venn diagram format? So, the universal set should have a rectangle. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 here. Okay, let me say something like this. Then, what should be circled? The numbers 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, if you're able to circle it like this and write it as set A, then all these are outside the set A. Are you guys able to understand? So
Yes,
if I
sir.
extend the question like this, B is equal to 1, 3, 5, 9, 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. Then how will the Venn diagram look like? Universal set, I have 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 as a set B, and I have another set A. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So you're able to understand? So everything is lying within the universal set itself. So this is how you represent. Okay. Similarly, if they ask you to draw the Venn diagram for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a set of universal, is a universal set. of which you have a set A, which is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, what is a universal set? The first 10 natural numbers. So this is a universal set. Okay, you have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I will redraw the diagram. Okay, so first I have a set 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. And the remaining number should be outside my set. So that is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. They can be scattered in any way you want. No fixed pattern. Okay. You have the set B, which contains 4 and 6. So what should I do?
Draw
So
a circle with only
within 4 and 6, I should draw a circle, and that set will be B. So can I say B is a subset of A?
Yes, sir.
So when you talk about a subset, then how will that, if you look at it in the Venn diagram format, how will the subset be within the set? It will be completely present as a circle within the bigger set. So what I can say is A is a subset of the universal set, B is a subset of A, and B is a subset of universal set. I can write these kind of conclusions. A is a subset of universal set. B is a subset of A, and B is also a subset of universal set. Can I write like this? These are all the interpretations I can make looking at the Venn diagram. It's not a very big concept. It's very simple, right? Now, if this is the case, then how do I draw the Venn diagram for A union B? Don't get confused between this C and U. C is for subset, U is for union. Okay, A union B means how should I draw? So what are they saying? A union B means it is the elements which belong to A or which belong to B, or they are common to both. If I have a universal set, let's say I have a set A, I have another set B. Okay, so there will be some elements. So you shade it like this for the Venn diagrams.
Yes, sir.
So you shade it like this. So what is this part? So what is this red color part? Red color part is the one. It is technically called as intersection, but this, as of now, since we didn't discuss about intersection, I can say those are the elements which belong to both A and B. A and means, what did I say? Intersection, or means union. So I have this point in your mind. So with this, what are all the conclusions or properties that we can derive? So if I have A union B, then A union B will be the same as B union A. It follows the commutative law. Okay. Similarly, if A union B, if you do the A union B first and you do the union with C, it is the same as doing the union of B and C first and doing the union of the result with it with A. So that's called as associative law. So A union null set is going to be A only. Similarly, A union A will be A. Okay. Then universal set union A will be the universal set. Okay. These are all the properties that you need to understand. Is there anything you want me to explain? Or I think I feel it is self-explanatory, but if you want me to explain, I'll do it. You guys have to let me know. Or if it's clear, I'll proceed to the next concept. So is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then we will talk about intersection. So intersection means whatever elements. So if you have if you have two sets A and B in your hand, the intersection of set A and B is a set of all elements which are common to both A and B. Okay. The symbol used for intersection is an inverted U. So the intersection of set A and B is a set of all elements which belong to A and B. Symbolically, they are represented using the symbol A intersection B, where X belongs to A and X belongs to B. There is a point, there is a differentiating factor. Here it is OR, here it is AND. Never forget this. So consider the two sets A and B given in example 12. Find A intersection B. Example 12, where is it? 2, 4, 6, 8, 6, 8, 10, 12. What is the A intersection B then? Whatever is common in both
6 and 8.
Then 8.
6 and 8. A set which contains elements 6 and 8. Consider the sets X and Y of example 14. Find X intersection Y.
Gita.
Only Gita. Right. Similarly, example 17. A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. B is equal to 2, 3, 5, 7. Find A intersection B. And show that A intersection B is equal to B.
The intersection B is the whole set of B, sir.
That's it, 2, 3, 5, 7. Because if so, B is also a subset of A. So here A is what? A will be the
Superset.
it will be the universal set. Right. So it will be the
Yes,
universal set. So one point to be kept in your mind. Set where did I write? If you do the union of set and subset, what do you get? You will get the that is if you do the union of universal set and subset, what do you get? You get the universal set.
Universal.
Whereas if you do the intersection of universal set and subset, what do you get?
Subset.
Subset.
You get the subset. That is the basis on which this formula is derived. I think, where is it? This one. Okay. So intersection of A and B, how do you diagrammatically represent using the Venn diagram? If you take a set A, there is a circle, there is another circle. The common area is what is going to be A intersection B. As simple as that. Right. So the definition part is discussed. So if I ask you what is the A intersection B here, what will you say? By looking at this diagram, if I ask you what is A intersection B, what will you say?
Null set.
It's a null set. There are no
Null
common
set.
elements. It's a null set. Right. So you write it like this. So as simple as that. For example, so these kind of sets are called as disjoint sets. Okay, you can make a note of it. The sets which do not have the intersection between them or the common terms between common elements between them are said to be disjoint sets. For example, 2, 4, 6, 8 is one set and 1, 3, 5, 7 is another set. These two are disjoint sets. They do not have any relation because the first one is set of even numbers, the second one is set of odd numbers, nothing common. So some properties of the operations of intersection. So A intersection B is the same as B intersection A, commutative law. A intersection B, you do the A intersection B first, and that intersection with C is the same as A intersection with B intersection C. That is associative law. So if you do the intersection of A and null set, what will be the answer?
Null set.
Null set. Whereas if you do the union intersection A, universal set intersection subset.
Subset.
Subset. That is A. A intersection A. The intersection of a set with itself is A. The union of the set with itself is also A. Similarly, A intersection. See, this is distributive law. There's a rule which is used. It is very important. Okay. A intersection B union C is equal to A intersection B union A intersection C. This is called as the distributive law. So here what we are doing is we are combining both union and intersection. Okay. So everything is given. This can be seen easily. So let's try to see how it represents. So if they give you like this, don't look at the answer below. You have a universal set. How many sets are there in this? So in the first diagram, how many sets are there within the universal set? Three. Right? And in those three, what have they given actually? By shading that particular portion, what portion are they trying to speak about?
All sets of B and C.
Whole set
B
of
union C.
So that is B union C. Okay. Whereas if they are doing for the second one, again ABC, what have they shaded?
Intersection of A.
They've shaded the intersection of A and B. Okay. What about this one? So what is the difference between second and third one?
A intersection C union A intersection B.
Yes. So for that, how did you get this? A intersection C union A intersection B. That's what is written as A intersection of B union C. Is this right? So that is a fifth property. Right? That is what they have used. Okay. Next one. Fourth one. So again, what is the difference between second, third, and fourth? See, if you look at it diagrammatically, what difference is coming? If you observe here, this portion is not shaded, whereas here, the same portion is shaded. What is happening here? The portion, some part of B is not shaded, so that is not a part of the system. So A and C's intersection alone, you can speak about.
Sir.
Yeah, tell me. You told yes, sir, or you have a doubt?
I told yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Next one. So A intersection B union A intersection C. What is the meaning? So this whole thing is A intersection B. This whole thing is A intersection C. If you combine and write it, you write it with a union. Right? Okay. You
Yes,
see
sir.
few more. If you see few more examples, you will understand. Not so tough. The next is difference of sets. What do you mean by difference of sets? So the difference of, if you have two sets A and B, then in order to define, so in this order, the elements of A minus B is called as A difference B or A minus B. Okay. So if you write it as A minus B, what is the meaning? There are certain elements in A which are missing in B. Okay. So you need to write only the elements which are belonging to A but not to B. Meaning, see, observe this diagram. You have a universal set. In the universal set, you have two sets A and B. Right. So if I shade this portion also, then what am I trying to talk about?
A.
I'm talking about the whole set A. Right. So if I shade only this portion, only the red color portion, I'm trying to speak about
A intersection B.
A intersection B. So what should I remove? From the A, if I'm able to remove this A intersection B, okay, remove means not literally minus. If I remove, then what will I get? Then I get A minus B. Are you guys able to understand?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if you have to, that is when you look it in the form of Venn diagram. Okay. If at all they give you the set, how do you write it? If set A is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, set B is 2, 4, 6, 8, then find A minus B. So what is there in A which is not there in B?
1, 3, 5.
That's it. 1, 3, 5 is A minus B. What is B minus A? What is there in B which is not there in A?
1, 3, and 5.
8.
B minus A what?
8, sir.
It is only 8. So you have to first check. So B has how many elements? 4, right? Though you have to compare only those 4 elements with respect to A. Okay, it is not subset concept. Don't get confused. So it is 8 that is missing. Is A minus A equal to B minus A? Obviously, no.
No.
Right? So that's what happens. Now let's look at it. V is equal to AEIOU and B is equal to AIKU. Then find V minus B. V minus B is what? What is there in B which is not there in B?
E and O.
En. That's it. Similarly, B minus B means
A.
That's it.
A.
That's it. Okay. So how do you define A minus B as? A minus B is an element X such that X belongs only to A and X does not belong to B. Similarly, how can you write B minus A as? B minus A will be a set such that which contains a variable X such that X belongs to B and X does not belong to A. Right? It's simple only, right? Now can we do for a few problems? So let's make it fast. Find the union of following set of pairs. X is 1, 3, 5, Y is 1, 2, 3.
1, 3,
1,
5.
2, 3, 5.
1, 2, 3, 5. Why did you miss 2? Union, no? 1, 2, 3, 5. Similarly, I will write it on this side.
Sir, union means all you should write, and intersection means the things which is common only.
Things which are common, yes. Union means you should write everything.
So for example, first question X intersection Y means you have to write 1 and 3, right?
That's it. That's right. So X union Y is equal to 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay, it's easy. Similarly, A intersection A union B.
AEIOU-BC.
Just a minute. I'm not sure why they have given this bracket. This bracket does not represent set. I think it's a printing mistake. Okay, change it to. Do you have the same thing in your textbook also? So change it like this. I think it's a printing mistake. AIOU and ABC. So it will be ABC EIOU. ABC EIOU. Next. X is a natural number and multiple of 3. X is a natural number and multiple of 3. So starts with 3, 6, 9, so on. It's an infinite set. This is A. Then what is set B? X is a natural number.
2, 3, 4, 5.
So what is A union B?
Sir, 1, 2 will not come, sir. Natural number.
Natural number and multiple of 3, no?
No, sir,
No, sir, in B. Only in set B.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then what should I write? A union B should be equal to
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and all other multiples of 3 except
5, and it goes from 6, 9, 12. It keeps going like this, right? So X is a natural number. Okay. Fourth one. So fourth one, what is the question? X is a natural number. This exercise 1.4, no? 4. What is it? X is equal to, set A is equal to what? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Am I right?
yes, sir.
So B is what set? 7, 8, 9, and that's it. What is A union B?
2,
2,
3,
3.
5,
4,
6.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So A is 1, 2, 3, B is null set. A union B.
One, 2, 3.
That's it. It's a universal set, right? 1, 2, 3. Next. A is, where is it? 1 minute. The next one is, let A is equal to A comma B, B is equal to ABC. Is A a subset of B?
Yes.
A union B is,
ABC.
that's it. A union B is a universal set, right? It is ABC. So A and B are two sets such that A is a subset of B. Then what is A union B?
B.
B is the answer.
B, sir.
B. You can take a above question as the example. So B is the answer. A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, B is equal to 3, 4, 5, 6, C is equal to 5, 6, 7, 8, D is equal to 7, 8, 9, 10. Find A union B. So what is A union B? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
7, 8, 9.
A union B only, no?
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
Then A union C. A union C is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. B union C is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A union B union C
1 to 8.
1 to 8. All the numbers. So A union B union D. Where is D? D is 7, 8, 9, 10. A union B 1, 2,
1
3,
to
4, 5,
10.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So B union C union D. B union C.
3 to 10.
3, 4, yes, 3 to 10. That's it. So I think we missed B union D. What is B union D? 3 to 10. Right. Next. Find the intersection of each pair of set of questions. Question 1 above. So this one. The intersection. So what is the intersection, guys? It's the same question repeated with intersection. I lost the page. This is the one, no? They're asking intersection. Can you tell me?
It's 1 and 3.
1, 3.
So intersection set of 1, 3. Second one, set of.
A.
A.
Third one,
3.
set of.
Only 3.
Fourth one,
And null set. Null set, sir.
null set, yeah. So it is null set. 1, 2, 3 and null set. Intersection is
Null set.
null set. That's it. So it's easy. So fifth one is done. What about the sixth one? A is 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. B is 7, 9, 11, 13. C is 11, 13, 15. D is 15, 17. 5 A intersection B. A intersection B is 7, 9, 11. B intersection C
11, 13.
11, 13. A intersection C intersection D.
Nothing in common.
11 is there, no? Oh,
But D doesn't have 11.
D doesn't have. No, A intersection C will give you 11, but it
Yeah.
doesn't have anything common. Yeah. So it's a null set. So A intersection C. A intersection C.
11.
B only 11. So set which contain. See, don't write just 11 and leave. You need to put it within these braces.
Yes, sir.
So B intersection D. 11 and 13 within the braces. A intersection B union C.
For fifth one, it's null set only.
B intersection
B-
2, sir.
B intersection D is null set. Sorry, I didn't see that. I thought B intersection C. Okay, B intersection D is null set. A intersection B union C. What is it? What is B union C? 7, 9, 11, 13, 15.
11, sir. Answer.
So A intersection 11.
9 and 11, sir.
Yeah, 9 and 11. La? See, with the hope you people understood, I'm doing it fast. If there is any doubt, please stop me. So A intersection D. Nothing.
The sixth sum, I can calculate it another way also, right? A intersection B union A intersection C.
Yeah, you can do that.
A
But yeah, you can see if you want to practice that formula, you can do it. But I would suggest you solve the bracket first and then come out. Even you can do the same thing here also.
No, sir, I found it easy, sir. Step like
Okay, that's up to you. So A intersection B union D. What is B union D? 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17. A intersection of that is
11.
only 11.
7, 9, 11.
11 and 9.
7, 9 and 11. Huh?
Yes.
Yeah,
sir.
7, 9, 11. Yeah, 7, 9, 11. So A intersection B union C. A intersection B is what? A intersection B is 7, 9, 11. B union C.
11.
It's better we do it. So the ninth one, A intersection B, tell me.
7, 9 and 11.
B union C is what?
7, 9, 11, 13, 15.
So what is common in both?
7, 9, 11.
7, 9, 11.
7, 9, 11. So A union D intersection B union C. A union D 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 15, 17. B union C 7, 9, 11, 13, 15. So intersection of both except 17 and except 15 and 17 you should get everything. I think 15 will also come. Except 17 you will get everything.
9, 7, 9, 11, 15, sir.
Let me do it. A union D. What is A union D? 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 15, 17 within a bracket. B union C is
7, 9, 11, 13, 15.
okay. So intersection of these two
7, 9, 11, 15.
7, 9. Okay, that's right. So you please check the answer also given at the back. Okay, 7, 9, 11, 15 will be the answer. So seventh one, how to do? A is x such that x is a natural number. B is x such that x is an even natural number. Okay, A is a finite set or infinite set?
Infinite.
B is also an infinite set. C is x is an odd natural number. D is x is a prime number. Find. Okay, let's do this problem. So I suggest you what to do it. Do and tell me. Seventh. So what is set A? 1, 2, 3, 4, so on till infinity. So B will be 2, 4, 6, 8, so on till infinity. What is C? 1, 3, 5, 7, so on till infinity. What is D? X is a prime number.
2, 3, 5, 11.
13.
You go on till infinity, no, sir. Actually.
It will go at least, I thought we'll write at least till 9, 20. Okay, now find A intersection B.
All natural numbers.
All even natural
Even
numbers.
number.
Natural number.
So all even natural numbers. What is A intersection C? All odd natural numbers. What is A intersection D?
Prime numbers.
All prime.
All prime numbers. All natural prime. Huh? Just the whole prime number, right? Next, B intersection C.
Null set.
Hull set.
Null set.
Null set, yeah. B intersection D.
Even prime numbers. Even prime number.
Even prime numbers, that's it. But even prime numbers are not possible, right? So only two.
Sir, sir,
Even prime numbers are not possible.
even prime numbers, sir, not numbers. Number, if we say means.
Okay, no problem. So B intersection D will only be 2. C intersection D,
Odd prime numbers.
odd prime numbers. Next, try the next one. So what do you mean by disjoint? They do not have an intersection, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and x is a natural number. X is a natural number between 4 and 6. So 4, 5, 6. So is this a disjoint set?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, because you have 4 common. So answer is no. A, E, I, O, U, and C, D, E, F.
Oh, sir. E is
Because you have E common. No, it's not a disjoint. Even integer, odd integers.
True,
Obvious.
sir.
So that's a disjoint set, right? Even integer and odd integer. You do not have any intersection between them. Next, A is equal to 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. B is 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. C is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. D is 5, 10, 15, 20. Find A minus B. So A minus B means what are all there in A which are not there in B?
3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9, 15, 18, 21.
That's it.
12, sir.
So 3, 6, 9, 15, 18, 21. Next. A minus C.
Except 6 and 12, sir.
Except 6 and 12.
Yes, sir. Except 6 and 12, everything in A, sir. In A, except 6.
Okay. Okay. Then D minus A minus D is over. Then B minus C.
So we're doing A minus D or both?
A minus D is over, no? We didn't finish here.
No, sir. We finished only
Okay,
A minus.
A minus D was what? A minus D is 3
Except
Except 15, sir.
except 15 is everything. So B minus A. B minus A.
and B except 12, everything, sir. 4, 8, 16, 20.
Yes, 4, 8, 16, 20. Yeah. C minus A.
Except 6 and 12, sir. 2, 4, 8, 10, 14, 16.
Okay. Just give me a second, guys. Okay, you people try the next question. Just give me a second. Next. C minus A. So I think you guys can do this, no? Just dealing with numbers and removing the numbers which are not common. That's it. So this part I'm giving it to you. 10th one, how to do? X is equal to A, B, C, D, Y is equal to F, B, D, G. Then X minus Y.
A and Z.
A and C, yeah. Y minus X.
F, G.
F, G, yeah. Okay, F, G. X intersection Y.
BD.
B and D.
B. So R is a set of natural numbers, sorry, real numbers, and Q is a set of rational numbers. Then what is R minus Q?
Set of non-rational numbers.
That is irrational numbers. Okay. So it will be the set of irrational numbers. Is it only set of irrational numbers? It will be a set of natural numbers can be rational. So it is, yeah, set of only irrational numbers. Yes. State following statement is true or false. Justified answer. 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 6 are disjoint sets.
False.
False.
Reason?
C is common.
A is common. Yes. So A, I, O, U, A, B, C, D are disjoint sets. Obviously,
Yes.
no, A is common. 2, 6, 10, 14, 3, 7, 11, 15 are disjoint sets.
True.
Yes, this side even, that side odd. No common. 2, 6, 10 and 3, 7, 11.
True, sir.
True, because one side even, one side odd. Right. So this is all about the union, intersection, and the difference of sets. Okay. We will see what is a complement of a set also. See, for example, you have used this complement. Again, this application is also there in probability only. You have dealt with complement in probability. Where did you deal with? You can either call it as a complement or a negation. In probability, where do you deal?
So that 1 minus
1 minus you do know. When do you do that? 1 minus probability of A. That is nothing but the probability of the complement.
Yes, sir.
They have learned this, no? Probability of A plus probability of A complement is equal to
Is 1, yes. Yes, sir.
Yes,
You
sir.
see, see, for example, the best example which we can say is tossing a coin. Head is a complementary of tail and tail is a complementary of head. If you roll a die, getting even numbers is a complementary of
Getting on.
it's a complement, not complementary. It's a complement of getting odd numbers, which are less than 6, right? So that's what a complement means here. Complement of a set. Again, the application goes to probability. Okay, let's just read out what is given. So let U be the universal set which consists of all prime numbers, and A be the subset of U which consists of all those prime numbers. Those are not divisors of 42. Thus, X is equal to. So how do you write the set A? You write it in the set builder form like this. Set A is X such that X belongs to U and X is not a divisor of 42. So we see that 2 belongs to U, but 2 doesn't belong to A. So means because 42 is divisible by 2 should not be a divisor of 42, right? So because 2 is a divisor of 42. Similarly, 3 belongs to universal set, but 3 does not belong to A. 7 belongs to universal set, but 7 does not belong to A. Are you guys able to understand? So 2, 3, 7 are the only elements of U which do not belong to A. So set of all these 3 prime numbers is called as the complement of A with respect to U. Okay. So complement is represented with the symbol prime on the top of it. You either read it as A prime or you read it as A dash. And probability, we write it as A complement also. But anyways, so we'll see it here. So what is the complement according to the given set? A dash is given as 2, 3, 7. So A will be what set? From the universal set. Okay, what is the universal set? Prime numbers. Universal set contains prime numbers. Am I right? So the universal set contains the prime numbers. And what should A contain? A should contain all the prime numbers that are not divisors of 42. Am I right? So what are all the numbers which are not divisors of 42? I can think of, it starts with 5. 7 is a divisor, so 9 doesn't work. 11, 13, it keeps on going like this. 13, then 17, then 19, it keeps on going like this. These are all the prime numbers. Then what lie outside the value of A?
Prime numbers which can divide up.
That is 2, 3, and 7. Okay, actually you should put it with a dot. So 2, 3, and 7, they lie outside, right? So universal set minus the set is what is the complement. Am I right? So from
Yes.
the universal set, you have removed all these elements. If you remove all these elements, then this will be the complement of the elements which are there in the universal set but do not belong to A. That is the meaning of complement. Okay. So keeping all these, so that's what is given here. U minus A. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let U be the universal set and A be the subset of U. Then the complement of A is a set of all elements of U which are not the elements of A. Symbolically, we write A dash to denote the complement of A with respect to U. So how do you write A dash? A dash should be having the elements of X which belong to the universal set but should not belong to the set A. Okay. So U dash, you treat it like a formula or however you want to visualize, you can see it. A complement is nothing but universal set minus the set itself. Okay. So example 20, let's see. U is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. What is the complement of it? So let's give the name to it. Universal set is a set of first and natural numbers. Set A is the first 5 odd natural numbers, then what will be the complement of it?
Must be even natural numbers.
Even natural numbers.
That's it. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That will be the answer. So let U be the universal set of all students of class 11 of a co-educational school, and A be the set of all girls in class 11A. Find A dash. Obviously, there will be the boys in class A.
Yes, sir.
Class 11. That's it. Right. Next, there is a note. If A is a subset of universal set, then its complement A dash is also called as also a subset of U. You have to understand. So A is coming from the universal set. A dash is also coming from the universal set. So if you say A is a subset of universal set, then A dash also comes from the universal set. That's what they are trying to say. Okay. And the complement of a complement is the set itself. So if I have a set A, if I find the complement of the set A, I'm going to get the elements which are there in universal set but not in A. If I do the complement of this again, then I'll get back the original set. Are you guys able to understand? Okay. And this is one more important result. If I do A union B and find its complement, that will be exactly the same as A complement and intersection of B complement. Okay. So if you find A union B's whole complement, that will be A complement intersection B complement. So this is a very, very important formula. Have that in your mind. So let U is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A is equal to 2, 3. B is 3, 4, 5. Find A complement and B complement. What is A complement? With this problem, we can stop. Okay. So U is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A is 2, 3. B is 3, 4, 5. What is A complement?
1, 4, 5, 6.
1, 4, 5, 6. Yes. What is B complement? 1 to 6. Yeah, 1 to 6. A complement intersection B complement. What is A complement? A complement is 1, 4, 5, 6. This is A complement. B complement is, what did we find? 1, 2, 6. What is A complement intersection B complement?
1,6.
1,6.
1, 6 is the A complement intersection B complement. So what is the formula? A complement intersection B complement should be the same as A union B's complement. So what is A union B here? So A union B is how much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what is the complement of this?
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So 1 and 6 is not there.
1 and 6 are not there.
Why A union B only, no? Oh, sorry.
2, 3, 4, 5, sir.
Yeah. Sorry. I made a mistake. So 2, 3, 4, 5. So what is the complement of A union B? It is 1, 6. So whatever is there in the universal set but missing in this. Right? So 1, 6. So A intersection, A complement intersection B complement is 1, 6. A union B's whole complement is also 1, 6. So hence they both are same. Okay. So this is one of the properties that we use, which we call it as De Morgan's laws. Okay. So the De Morgan law speaks about complementary. So the first thing it speaks is the union of a set and its complement is a universal set. The union of the set and its complement is a universal set. The intersection of the set and its complement is a null set. Okay. Similarly, A union B's whole complement is equal to A complement intersection B complement is. So this is one of the properties that we already proved. Similarly, if you do A intersection B's complement, that will be A complement union B complement. Okay. So again, law of double complementation. I told you the complement of the complement is going to be the set itself. Okay. So law of empty set and universal set. If you have a null set, The complement of a null set is universal set. The complement of a universal set is a null set. Are you guys able to understand? So these are all the properties.
Yes, sir.
These are all the properties that you need to know about the complement of a set. With this, the theory part of the chapter is over. The last one is only the application, how to draw the Venn diagram, how to calculate the number of elements and all those things that we will do it. So I will try my best to complete it by tomorrow. Okay.
Tomorrow what timing, sir?
Same only. It's tomorrow, right? Oh, tomorrow is Thursday. There's a compulsory class. So tomorrow you'll have from 5 to 6. I might start 10 minutes here and there because I'll have a class before that. It depends on when that gets ended. Okay. So please wait for my instructions. If it is getting cancelled, you will get an intimation at least half an hour to 45 minutes before that. Okay. Will not suddenly cancel the class. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay. And see you guys tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sir.